I just say, Teichdoctor-method, there is nothing else.
Why?
Because it's the only natural pool that works and gives you clear water. You also have to look after and maintain filter systems, and they actually only refine the dirt, the filters.
Your channel for SWIMMTEICHs. Nature in your garden and water that's alive. Enjoy watching.
I am Kaiser Gerhard from Maasbach, Upper Austria, married since 3 years again. And the pond is our dream.
Have you always wanted to have water in your garden, or what gave you the idea?
Not really. We were more in favor of a pool and such, and the natural pools you see are all shitty, aren't they? Why are they shitty? Because they're all green, the filter pools. And then I once saw one from the Teichdoctor, and I watched it every day, how the water cleared up, and then I said, then it will be a natural pool from the Teichdoctor. For 2 months or so, I went there every day and watched how the water was turning over. Then I called Franz and had a talk. Looked at his, I wasn't so convinced by his, but because I had already looked at others. That's how I knew, because his liner is not so... But he himself says, you don't swim on the liner. The water is crystal clear, isn't it? That's what counts.
Exactly, and he really does nothing. I think that's what he always says.
No, you can see that anyway. I was there with him in 2020, I took sketches of my garden and stuff with me, and I drew him the hut, and where the pond would go, and the size, and with all the dimensions. He had a look at that. Yes, everything fits. We can do it like this. And we started digging in February. I already had everything laid out for him as he came in. He then said he didn't need it because he's the Teichdoctor. We left the poles and the strings, you can spray them on. At first he thought he would do that anyway, but then he took them anyway, my measurements. The weather was so bad that the truck couldn't drive anymore. Now I've taken all the excavated material out into the farmer's meadow. On Friday we were digging, and at some point we came across the telephone cable. Then I called Telecom and told them that the cable had to be removed. They said nobody cares.
The telephone cable, the landline cable, was practically laid on the site where you were digging.
Then I hacked it out and we started digging again.
And how was the problem solved? Where is it now?
In the SWIMMTEICH, border of the SWIMMTEICH.
Border of the SWIMMTEICH, okay. What was the soil like? Did it go easily?
All clay soil. It's the best for building a SWIMMTEICH, of course.
What interests me, the steps. Did you cut them out with the excavator or by hand? How did you do it, the entrance area?
No, with the excavator.
With the excavator? And that worked well? Cool, because it's often not that easy.
We have done a bit of reworking by hand. Foil, company Weishaupt from Wales called. That went really well. Then it got quite cold and he said it wouldn't work. So we had a delay again by 1, 2 weeks, and then, as it was okay, 3 men came up and it was finished in 3 hours. PVC, 1.5 mm reinforced, and light grey colour with geotextile underneath. And then I had the pummel there, the big stones as these here. But then I took them away again because so many leaves got stuck there. Now I've said, put edging strips there, you can brush along them, and then everything goes into the skimmer.
So you also have a skimmer.
A surface skimmer that runs day and night for me. With pantyhose, that's the filter.
We have to get a look at that.
I've got a bit of ceramic in there.
Uh-huh, what's that? What's it for?
Better water quality and the liner is easier to clean. With tights, you see?
Uh-huh, what's that? What's it for?
That's the filter, so that it traps the dirt.
Okay. And you just put a pair of tights over it. And how did you come up with this idea? And you can see quite clearly how the little things get caught here.
There are practically all the fines.
It's all algae, isn't it? Fine algae?
Yes, fine ones. That's what you need anyway.
And you told me that you had to search until you found something.
Yes, I searched and bought a lot.
For example, like what? You know, I don't know anything about skimmers.
You know, for swimming pools, there are also filter bags. I've tried them too, but they close immediately, and then it doesn't run all day.
And there you told me. Let's take a look at that now, please. The stone, the big one there, you dug it up practically.
Yes, exactly. It came out when we were digging the SWIMMTEICH.
Nice. And that's the diving stone you were talking about. That's also a great solution.
The pump is in there.
Uh-huh. That's also really well done. And then the hose runs all the way over from here. And that's where the water comes out again, okay? And then I see something special. These green bags. You've got them up there too.
Zeolite.
What is zeolite?
Zeolite stones, healthy for people and good for the water. You can eat zeolite. It is a stone, a flower stone, also for intestinal cleansing, and here it is for the pond.
Practically a support.
A support, and I just put it in. Many have nothing in their water. It works too. I just wanted it, and it doesn't cost the earth.
You've solved that quite nicely. Are you happy with it, or...
I still have to rebuild it. At first I had everything with knuckle, with the small stones, but I didn't like that so much. While sitting, when the footbridge is finished, everything will be covered with stepping stones.
And where do you plan to make the walkway?
There at the entrance by the stairs. Yes, exactly. It's about 3x3 meters there and the whole length of the hut.
The whole length, with wood then too?
WPC,
Yes, but it will be beautiful. I can well imagine that.
because wood doesn't last long, does it? Larch is broken after 8 years.
Really?
Yes, so close to the water and the slates, and we didn't want that. I wanted my peace and quiet.
And it turned out beautifully, your rock garden.
Yes,
With plants in it?
that was there before, it should remain.
Yes, that was a lot of work, wasn't it? Can I go there sometime?
Of course. It still has to grow.
Aha, this is where you cut a hole, put the plant in. Super, super, super. I like it very much. Also with the large stones in between.
Yes, originally our SWIMMTEICH would have been up here.
How wide is it? How deep is it?
A good 10 m long, 10x8. The swimming area is 8 m by 10 m. The jetty is still missing all around depth, is 3 m at the deepest point. The other area is 1.5 meters. There is nothing better. I don't want a different one, and I don't want swimming pool anymore, because you come out and you don't smell of chlorine, but of natural pure water.
Swallows.
Yes, they're always there. There aren't many yet.
Not many yet?
There are usually 20 at a time.
We have a neighbor who also told us something about swallows. Do you think they drink or do you think they get food?
Drink, I think.
So you also think they drink? She said that too, okay.
There are so many other birds dancing around on the stones and bathing just normal blackbirds and sparrows.
Yes, we have them too. How quickly does the SWIMMTEICH warm up?
It warms up as quickly as a normal pool. It also has the same temperature. It just keeps it for longer.
How many degrees is it right now?
It's 21 now. It's been raining a lot. The highest it's ever been was 28.
Really? This year or last year?
This year it had 26.
In June during the heat wave, right? Because otherwise we didn't have much, wasn't really warm.
Well, we both use it. Lots of jumping and swimming lengths and gymnastics in it, treading water and all sorts of other things. And last year, the last time I went in was on December 22nd. It was 3 degrees then, the water, and there was a thin layer of ice on the surface.
Makes you feel good, doesn't it? You're proud of yourself, aren't you?
Well, quickly out again. But once you're out, you could go back in. You wouldn't believe it, but it really is amazing.
A lot of work. How much maintenance is involved?
No, it's not a lot of work for me because I haven't done anything for 2 or 3 weeks now. I just have to check the skimmer every now and then, but I haven't even taken the skimmer out for the last 3 or 4 days. Nothing. Because I can see straight away if there's anything there anyway. Every pool is more work. I've got a few brushes, haven't I? That's my favorite tool for vacuuming out, because it's also the stone guard for the pump. Whatever goes through that little hole is eaten by the pump.
How often do you suck out?
This year I sucked 3 times. I'm a bit fussy with the liner. Others don't care, but I do. Yes, this brush was also included, but I don't like it that much.
And what do you use this one for?
That one?
Yes.
It's for trimming the tarpaulin, the liner. I bought that one as well, but I prefer the one from the Teichdoctor. I also have another one down the slope.
You have it for the slope. Well, because it's so nicely bent. And you made it yourself?
I made it myself, yes.
Cool.
But it used to be difficult. But now with the ceramic, it's really easy on the liner.
Is that true? Do you notice a difference?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I've got a Tosek here as well.
What is a Tosek?
Hand brush, a handheld robot.
Aha.
But I use it only once or twice a year, in spring, again to clean the liner. I don't let any more water in. Others always top up. What you read, refill with tap water or from the gutter. That's when the algae formation is the big one.
So you don't do anything?
I don't do anything, just rainwater and that's it. Whatever falls in from the sky. My pond, with 50 tons of gravel for the design, is a little over $12,000.
Altogether?
Altogether, with excavators and every pool cover is more expensive. Yes, it is like that. Yes, for the skimmer, the pump, the electricity. Yes, but the pump is a 12V pump. It doesn't need anything.
Has the SWIMMTEICH changed your life in any way?
Yes, changed. We no longer need to go swimming somewhere. That's what I don't want anyway. The noise, I want my peace and quiet. I wouldn't do anything differently, no.
And what would you imagine? A good friend. You're sitting together, and he's thinking about making a pool or a swim pond with plants or a SWIMMTEICH.
I tell him a SWIMMTEICH, there's nothing else.
Why?
because it's the simplest natural pool that works and where you have clear water. And you also have to look after and maintain the filter systems. And the filter only ever refines the dirt